Good morning and welcome to the DFS YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Here to take a look at some pitching for today, the 23rd of August. It is Sunday and we do have an 8-game main slate ahead of us on DK. I think it's a 9-game main slate on FanDuel. I think it might include the Colorado game, which is never really enjoyable on a Sunday to include it, but might even be 10 games over there. Might include San Francisco and Boston. Actually, I do think it does include that, so that does make it a 10 gamer. I'm going to be looking at DraftKings as that is where majority of my action is. If you're playing FanDuel, cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Over on FanDuel, I would consider Foster Griffin, even though he's pitching in Coors. Colorado's just so bad against left-handed pitching. And then Jake Bennett against the Giants. Not a fan of left-handed pitching in that ballpark. I was off of Patrick Sandoval at his chalkier ownership last night, but I think Jake Bennett might be viable over there today. Little different setup. I just think I think Bennett just offers more upside than Sandoval ultimately. But we will focus on DraftKings. This is a first look at the pitching options on the slate. I do realize the slate does start in just over an hour and 20 minutes, so we want to get this out, let it marinate, let you guys get a chance to listen to it while you're making your final decisions. I'm going to try to be a little bit more straightforward, not wishy-washy on a couple guys. I think I have my pitcher pool pretty much set, but let's just jump right in. Nick Martinez and Shane Baz in the first game, Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Baltimore's kind of been awake a bit recently offensively. I still like Nick Martinez. He does get a little bit of a K boost in this matchup. He does have 21 plus fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5. I think this is a slate where if you get 20 fantasy points from your starting pitcher, you're probably pretty pumped, especially at SP2. Christopher Sanchez probably feels pretty decent of an option, but a lot of the other options you're really hoping for 18 to 20 out of. So I think Nick Martinez is one of those guys on this slate. I will definitely have plenty of exposure to Baltimore bats. Shane Baz on the other side, 24 plus in 2 out of his last 3 starts. Taking on his former team, it's not ideal, but he's got 2 spectacular starts against Tampa Bay this season, I do believe. Yeah, back-to-back, he went 20 and then 30. 1 run in each start, 15 strikeouts in 13 innings. 10 strikeouts his last time out. I realize Tampa Bay doesn't really strike out all that much, but Shane Baz is definitely focused on defeating them, really. His ERA at home is stronger. Doesn't allow as many home runs, which is always nice, but I mean, his K rate's up as well, but he allows more base runners. I think Shane Baz is very interesting for GPP purposes, but he also could get smacked around. A lot of the Tampa Bay lineup has actually been struggling recently, so it might be the best time for him to get that lineup. St. Louis, Philly. I think Kyle Leahy's probably somebody I'm mixing in. I mean, it's more than I think. I am definitely mixing him in. 21 plus in 4 out of his last 5 starts. One of those came against this Philadelphia squad. Pretty nice to see. Plus, Philadelphia's lineup came out, and they're missing their 2 hottest hitters in Luis Arraez, who left last night's game, and Alec Baum getting the day off for some reason, despite being super hot right now. So Kyle Leahy, definitely somebody I need exposure to. I just don't want to be too heavy on him. Christopher Sanchez shut down the Cardinals 2 starts ago, 25 fantasy points. Wasn't bad in his last start. A few too many walks, too many base runners, really. 11 of them in 6 innings. Pretty good spot for him to bounce back. He's been absolutely dominant at home. It's not the easiest of matchups, only because St. Louis just is kind of a peskier team. But left-handed pitching are much stronger, in my opinion, against St. Louis. He just needs to avoid giving up a home run to Jordan Walker. He doesn't give up home runs at home, just 3 of them in 95 innings. But Jordan Walker's swinging it pretty well. And then Joshua Baez is obviously going to hit a home run or strike out 4 times. Basically what he's going to do at this point. Toronto and the Yankees. Carlos Rodon, I am, as of right now, mixing him in. He did put up a near 20 spot against Toronto the first time he faced him. He has been better from a run prevention standpoint when pitching at home. Home run allowed rate is down. Fantasy points are up at home. I am actively looking for a reason to not play Carlos Rodon just because I sneakily like Toronto a bit offensively on this slate. Jose Soriano on the other side has not been great with Toronto, let's be honest, from a fantasy points perspective. His K numbers are way down, but he's allowed 1 earned run in 2 out of his 3 starts. So, I mean, he gets the Yankees probably at the right time. It probably would have been better to get them yesterday. Bellinger wasn't back, but it looks like he's back and hitting 4th today. But from a timing standpoint, it's not terrible. There's plenty of upside, but I am worried of the downside in this one. He has been one that's always pitched better on the road, from my understanding, if I remember correctly. So, I don't know. It feels gross to go there, but the one big thing is his K numbers plummet when he's on the road. So, I'm going to use him just because I think there's more upside for him than Rodon in this matchup. Washington, Miami. Jackson Kent making his second start has not been very good. 8 walks in 7 2/3 innings. No, thank you. I realize Miami's not a super potent offense, but I have no reason to play Kent. Jansen Junk is going to be in my pitcher pool, but he's going to be the lowest owned guy that I have. I mean, what is his ceiling? 20, 23? He did put up 23 against the Dodgers, but just one other 20 fantasy point performance. Am I going to be happy with a 12 like he put up the first time he faced him? Probably not. But this Washington lineup is much different than it was in that first one. His numbers at home are far better than on the road, and Washington is without C.J. Abrams again today. So, those kind of things lead to me just playing Jansen Junk. If Rodon stays in my pool, Rodon might be lower owned than Jansen Junk, but Junk will be, one of the 2 lowest owned in my pitcher pool. The Mets and the White Sox. No reason to go with the White Sox side of things. The opener, long reliever, I'll pass. Nolan McLean is somebody I'm playing. Just the raw upside is why. He rarely gets there. He has 235s this season. Hit some strong 26, 27 early in the season, but recently he's just kind of settled in at the 14 to 18 fantasy point range. Strikeouts have been down recently. Walks have been up. That's a worry. He needs to avoid the walks and the home run ball against this White Sox squad. But, Christopher Sanchez is basically the only other pitcher on the slate that has his upside at this point. So I have to play him on a slate that's so questionable in pitching. I just have to play the high upside guys and hope that we catch, lightning in a bottle, I guess. A's in Houston, not messing with the A's opener long reliever thing. I think you could consider Jack Perkins. I will be honest, because Houston's offense overall has kind of struggled of late. He looked pretty good in his last one. I'm not going to go there, but I think you can debate it. Christian Javier, somebody I'm going to play. I just think the Athletics lineup overall should be struggling more than it has. Struggled mightily against them earlier this season. Obviously, that was when the A's were very healthy, like completely healthy. They are not healthy right now. His performances are all over the place, so it's super volatile. But I just think that if we keep targeting the A's over and over again, eventually we're gonna catch some monster performances because that lineup. I mean, you're missing your top 5 players, all lost for the season. I'm gonna say that every time in these videos. We just pick on lineups like that. Detroit, Kansas City, Lynch slowly getting stretched out. I have a soft spot for him since he helped me win $50K, but 35, 39, 45. It's basically a bullpen game for Kansas City. Not that their bullpen is very strong by any means, but yeah, I'm just not playing Lynch. Wagespack is going to be an opener. I do wish we had the projected long man available to us. He had been throwing the ball really well in the minors, but it's all right. We're just going to skip pitching in that game. Last game on the slate, the Angels and Rangers. Kikuchi making his return from the lengthy IL stint. Really bad this season before going on the IL. And not great would be an understatement if you look at what his minor league rehabs were. 4 outings, whip of 2.37, ERA of 15.63 across 12 and 2/3 innings. Just no thank you. I was expecting more out of Kikuchi this season, so it's kind of rough to see, but I think most of my best ball teams that had him rostered are basically dead anyways. On the other side, Cal Quantrill, 26 and 27 in 2 out of his last 5 starts. That's something to pay attention to. One of them came against a very tough Tampa Bay lineup to handle. I generally don't love playing Cal Quantrill, but he put up 17 in this matchup just 2 starts ago, 1 earned in 5 innings. I am going to go back there. I think he's probably SP2 for cash games. It's just, we just keep picking on that matchup. Similar to that A's matchup, we're going to keep picking on the Angels matchup as much as possible. So we're playing Cal Quantrill, ? It's gross, but that's what we're doing. Anyways, that's what I got for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed what I bring to you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell, and get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., there will be a link in the description below. You can use promo code BOOK, BOOK, for 20% off any membership on the website. There is a link to our merch store. Check that out. Check out my design, some of the other stuff we have. And as always, best of luck, everybody.